Welcome to Enneagramology. This is the podcast where we study the Enneagram not just as a personality tool, but as a map and guide to understanding how we process, heal, and grow into our purpose. I'm Jen P. Higgins, young heart, old soul, and I've dated a lot of personality tools in my career as a consultant and a life coach. But I married the Enneagram, and here's 3 reasons why. The Enneagram was the first personality tool that I didn't immediately fall in love with. I just didn't think it was very accurate. And as a mom of neurospicy kids, I understand the power of a label. And sure, spectrum helps a little to not box them in, but it also becomes so broad that it invites stereotypical assumptions just to make it make sense when they're two completely different people. And I see people use the Enneagram that way back then and even still today. But once I learned, number one, that online tests aren't very reliable, and this could be its own episode. And number two, that your core type is based on your unconscious motivations. I locked in because our unconscious minds take up to 95% of our brain activity. And that is the mystery I wanted to unlock in myself and to help other people. I said to myself, there's a lot about myself that I don't know. And there's a lot about myself that I think I know, but I don't know, at least not the way I think I know. So if you're looking for validation, you might get it if you're already doing the work of self awareness and growth. And that's assuming the online test got it right in the first place. But if you are looking for a wake up call, ring, ring, hello, is the Enneagram calling? Here is a list of all these dark places that your subconscious might go, and you keep chasing the wrong thing, thinking it's the right thing. And of course, there will be episodes that dive deeper into that. And number three, it wasn't even originally about personality to begin with. So, about 10 years ago, and it's probably more by now, but I had a bit of a mid career crisis. My whole practice was based on personality psychology, but my clients were clinging to their profiles like a lifeline. And I thought, what is happening? Am I making things worse? I thought I was helping people, but they were finding excuses for their poor decisions and behaviors. They were boxing other people in based off of their profiles and just saying, well, that's just my personality or that's just who I am. And that person is doing that because they are X, Y, and Z. And I just wanted to quit, but I'm glad I didn't. When I was researching for my book, I learned that when George Gurdjieff first introduced this symbol to the West, he called it the diagram of everything living. He acknowledges that we are three brained beings with a body and a heart and a mind. And the modern Enneagram, as pioneered by Oscar Ichazo and Claudio Naranjo, they explain the psychology and the pathology of how the hidden or the underused brain creates symptoms of disconnection, of negative thought patterns, and even as far as psychosis. In my private practice now, I use what I call Enneagram Energetics. This is a holistic approach that's modeled after Gurdjieff's philosophies of balance and alignment and wholeness and the default knee jerk motivations of the Enneagram of personality. And using this combo, I can better assess where my clients are getting stuck and how to gently empower them and guide themselves out of that rut from a more balanced perspective that is in alignment with their highest goals and with their purpose. Enneagramology is about how the more I studied the Enneagram and applied it to my business and in my own life, the more I saw it as a map and a guide out of that box that our egos like to put us in. So, in this podcast, you will hear me describe core types or personality types as core type 1 or core type 2, and so on. But the main message of Enneagramology and of the Enneagram Energetics approach is that you have all 9 energies within yourself. So, when I talk about the energy of a point, I'm talking about the pure energy of that point. For example, point one energy is the energy of vision and integrity and alignment. And if that comes easy to you, then this energy is harmonized within you. But if you struggle at this point, it could mean there's a resistance or a dissonance, or it might even be dormant within you and needs to wake up. The unboxing work that is your job is to harmonize the energies at each point. That's the path to balance, alignment, and wholeness. If that's the path you are ready on or want to be on, please subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.